Hello, Dark Sniper here. We find ourselves back in this little room, and I said we would make the lift callable, so let's do that. So we have our lift as we left it. We need to go to Actor Browser, that's the pawn. We need to select Trigger, right click, Add Trigger. And if you're wondering and you're not aware of how to get this view here with the icons, if you come up to the bar, the viewport bar, right click, go to Actors, Radii View, it shows us the radius. So I've had some people question how to do that. That's how. So I want to go in the top down view. I want to position the trigger directly over the mover. I want to right click, go to properties. We need to enlarge the collision. That's a 256 box, so we need it to be 128 to cover the area. So when player or bot stands on the surface there, they'll engage the trigger and it'll bring the lift up. So let's add a trigger up here. I think that radius would be fine for now. So what do we do? Is it ready? No, not quite. Come to the mover, select it. We have our properties box open already. We need to come down to object and change its initial state from, well, it was either stand open time or bump open time. It should be stand open time since it's a mover, but we want it now to be trigger open time since we've added triggers. And we also need to come up to the events and change the tag to something unique. I'm going to say lift 1. That way if I add more lifts in here, I can just sequentially number them, lift 2, 3, 4. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to select my triggers. And in the event, because we want the triggers to cause the mover to move, that's the event, we'll paste that lift 1. And if we look in our 2D view, we should see lines now connecting. There we go. This is very simple, very easy. It can be this simple if you want it to be. Sometimes I'll put a brush here or something, like a little plate so somebody knows where to stand. If we wanted to get really complex, we could put a little mover here that was a bump open mover, so when we bumped into it, it would move, but the trigger could also be positioned right there. So you think that button would be calling the mover, but it would really just be you intersecting the radius of the trigger. I mean, we can keep things really simple. Now, let's see if it works. Look at that. Now let's let it go down. All right, it's back on the floor. Let's see if it calls it. There we go. So no more having to jump to your death or X-locking down. You can call the lift back up. And just for a quick one, if we want to make this usable by bots, we'd come up to our actor browser, go to navigation, lift exit, add a lift exit here, add a lift exit here, and then a lift center. We need to drag that lift center into this where we want the bot to stand. So now let's select all the lift exits, both of them there. Right click. And we're going to give them a tag. Let's let it be the lift tag. Click on the lift center, let it be the lift tag. Now we need to change one thing here with the triggers. In their tag, we need to say lift 1 trigger. Copy. Come back here. Under trigger. See our navigation network there, that purple line that showed up? We want to make sure this lift exit property, we want to make sure the lift exit is over this trigger. So when the bot comes, he can call that lift. All right, so let's throw in a couple path nodes here just to get the bot over there. All right, there we go. Let's move this so it doesn't engage the teleporter. We don't want the bot to go through the teleporter because he probably would. It'd be the simplest way. There we go. Now I'm gonna hit my tilde key and type in God or Ghost. Let's do Ghost. All right. I'm gonna back out just so the bot can't see me when he comes in. I'm gonna hit my tilde key again. Add bots blank. Now let's see. There he goes. There he is. He's standing there because there's nothing really to call him back down to the bottom, so he doesn't know where to go. But it worked. How about that? All right, I guess that'll do it. Have a good one.